Hello you guys. So in my previous tutorial video I said that I wanted to make more tutorial videos about things I like to draw and things that I think might help you with drawing as well. So what I wanted to do today is show you guys how I draw different types of eyes, like anime styled or maybe more realistic, male eyes, female eyes, because I think drawing eyes is very important in your drawing since they really give personality to your characters and they either make or break your character. In my opinion, they really tell something about the character, if you know what I mean. So that's why I wanted to show you guys how I like to draw them and how I color them, how I shade them, and I just hope that I might show you something that you didn't know yet, or it might be a little bit helpful to you. So yeah, if you have any other, by the way, tutorial recommendations or things you would like to know or anything, just comment them down below and I will see if I can make a tutorial about that as well. So yeah, let's get into it. The first type of eyes that I want to show you are the standard female anime eyes. They're actually quite like simple to draw in my opinion because you can like really play around with the shape of anime eyes because you know with anime eyes there isn't one particular style or whatever. There are many types of eyes. Like different characters usually have different shapes. For example, very like shy anime characters usually have like very round shaped eyes, like this for example, very like, cute and round shapes. While maybe more evil characters will have more like, edgy, or how do you call them, like sharp eyes, if you kind of know what I mean. So you can really with anime eyes you can really exaggerate the features, you know what I mean, to kind of show the personality of the character, because these are two different anime styled eyes, but they show very different kinds of characters. Or maybe you know the typical tsundere girl from anime, who usually have also like they're kind of in between sharp and round. They're usually still very round, but kind of like slightly sharper, I'd say, than like the shy girl style. They're kind of different, but you can really easily like play around with the shape. So the style that I wanted to show in this video are like the standard round shape that I personally really like to draw. So let's start with female shapes. So as you saw in the first sketch, they're very pretty much like round shaped eyes like this. I'm just kind of sketching by the way, so I'll clean it up later. And I'm drawing it from a like 3/4 perspective, like not entirely from the front or from the side, but kind of like 3/4 like that, if you know what I mean. So they have like very round shaped eyes like this, for example. So remember, if you draw in 3/4, I don't even know how you call it. I think 3/4. Make sure that the eye that's closest to you is slightly bigger than the eye that's like further away, since if you turn your head, of course the shapes of the eye will change a little bit. So the eye that's closest to you should be a little bit wider, but lengthwise, like this size, they should be the same, but the width should be a little bit different. So yeah, you just kind of like sketch the basic shape. And I like to draw the pupils very large and round as well, a bit like oval shape. That's what I personally really like with this style of eyes. And it's the same thing with the iris and the pupil, as I said, with the shape of the eye. So the eye that's further away from you should be a little bit more narrow than the one that's closest to you. And what I also like to do is kind of like leave a gap, so I can like draw this here, what you usually see a lot in anime, like the glance or the shine in the eye, if you know what I mean. Draw it right there. Of course, don't forget eyelids. and some eyelashes as well. And you know, this anime eye style is actually so very simple. You can just leave it like this if you like. I see many people just leave it like this, but with this type of eye, you can really decide if you want to add pupils or if you just like to leave it one solid color. I see, like I said, many people just color it in like this and then just leave it like this. But what you could also do is draw the pupil first. For example, about this size. And if you prefer this style to be like extremely cute, I can recommend drawing the pupil larger, because if you draw it smaller, it just tends to look a little bit more creepy, I would say. So large pupils often show that the character is cute or innocent, or it makes the eyes look a bit bigger as well. So when drawing cute characters, I would prefer to draw large pupils, and then you just kind of shade them, because the eye is a round shape, and the upper eyelid kind of brings some shadow to the eye. So you kind of draw the shadows right here. I'm just doing it very sketchy, by the way, so. Right there. And what I like to do to make it even more cute is to just add some extra shine in the eyes. I think that the more shine and the more shimmer the eye has, the cuter it looks. So you can just really go crazy with it and add as many as you like. You often see in anime shows when characters are, for example, crying, they have like super watery eyes and they draw like hundreds of these little shiny things and stuff. But I don't know, this is really just optional, whatever you like for your character. For, like I said again, the shine you give to the guys really adds to the character. So if you have more evil characters or whatever, I would recommend adding less shine, because this is also in anime a sign of cuteness. So I'd say like the cuter the character, the more shine it has, kind of like that. But yeah, just kind of play around with it and see how it changes the look of the eyes. Like that. And that's actually it already. That's kind of the basic shape. You can really just add some more shadows if you like. I sometimes like to add some shadows in this part of the eye as well. To just kind of show that the eye is a round shape, if you know what I mean. It really brings a little bit more depth to the drawing. But you don't really have to. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. It really depends on what style I'm drawing. Sometimes I just kind of like to add this and show some depth, guys. So now I'll just kind of like clean this up and show you how it looks like if I like make it prettier and color it. But I'll just kind of do this in the speed paint, otherwise it will be a very long explanation. But you can just kind of see what I'm doing, and yeah, I'll just show you. Okay, so yeah, this is what I made from it. You can see like this was the original sketch, and this is the colored version. I made it like as anime-ish as possible with the thick outlines and vibrant blue colors and stuff. Of course you can see this is not how real eyes would look like, especially not with the colors and stuff, but I really like the combination of brown tones with like blue or green. I don't know, I generally just, yeah, I just really like how that looks. It really gives a nice color dynamic to the drawing. Okay, let's just move this aside for a bit. So with male eyes, they tend to, okay, let me show you real quick. They just tend to be a little bit more sharp than female eyes, kind of like this. Kind of like more of an almond shape, I would say, but I'm still drawing it very round, so it's probably going to be a cute guy. Just like the girl is like an innocent, cute, standard anime girl, but now I'm just going to draw like the yeah, kind, cute guy styled eyes. So it's still pretty round, but it's more sharp than the female eyes are, to kind of show that. Yeah, well, of course, this shape, actually, when you look at it, this shape could also be for female eyes, depending on the character. But that's the thing with anime. Sometimes male and female eyes kind of look similar, but it just depends on how the rest of the character looks like as well. So, but yeah, in this case, it's male eyes. So yeah, it's kind of like this. Again, eyelids. When you have eyelids like this, okay, when you look at the female eyes, you can see that the top of the iris, the top of the eye here, it touches the eyelid. But when you draw male character eyes and the eyelids are a lot lower than with female eyes, you shouldn't like draw them like this. Of course, you can draw them like this, so the top of the eye, the iris, touches the eyelid, but now the whole eye just looks smaller because of that. So when you have lower eyelids, it's only normal that the eyelid would kind of cover the iris. So, for example, if the female iris is this big, then for guys it should be about the same size, so it would look more like this. But when you do this, the character kind of looks tired, you know what I mean? So what you can do to keep this but make him look less tired is kind of draw this part a little bit more round. So the eyes are kind of less of an oval shape, but more circle shape. So if you draw this part, the upper part of the iris, more rounder to the inside, the character looks less tired, but still has big enough irises, so it doesn't look like he has some kind of creepy ass eyes. Kind of like that. Let me just erase this part. He still kind of looks tired if I look at it like this, but it doesn't really matter. Maybe he's just tired. Let's just say this character is a bit tired. Okay. And of course you do it with the other eye as well. Kind of like that. And this is already the basic shape, so let's do what we did with the female eyes and just kind of draw the shimmer in the eyes as well. Because he's a cute guy, so he has shimmer in his eyes as well to make him look more cute. Okay. And when you draw male eyes, you can really show that it's male eyes by not drawing as much eyelashes as you did with female eyes, because eyelashes are also kind of, they give a feminine feel to the eye. Of course, if you want to make your guy look more feminine or cute, you can draw the eyelashes, but if you do that, the eyes tend to look more like female eyes. So when drawing male eyes, I prefer to not draw as many eyelashes. Usually I just leave it as like this little part here to kind of show that he has eyelashes, but I don't really exaggerate them as much as I did with female eyes, so I would leave it like this. Also, the pupils are usually with male characters a bit smaller than with female characters, to just kind of show that they're male characters. So when drawing guys, I usually draw the pupils a lot smaller, but just still big enough to not make him look creepy, I would say. Kind of like that. And then you just go in again with the shadows. Like with female eyes. The way of shadowing and coloring really is the same as any other type of eye. Just give them the colors you like and shade them in the correct spots, and then they look fine. Kind of like so. Also with guys, I usually tend to draw less shimmer as I do with female eyes. So the biggest differences from female eyes and male eyes are the lids. The eyelids are usually lower, they have less shimmer, and slightly smaller pupils. Those are the three biggest differences in anime-styled eyes. But as I said many times before, this is just general style. So when you draw specific characters like cute characters or anything, just go ahead and add more shimmer and make the eyes look more feminine. You can really just play around with it, so you can really show the characteristics of that character in the eyes. Or if you want to make the character even look even more evil or anything, you can draw the eyelids even lower. Or if he's a tired character, you can draw them lower as well. Or evil characters tend to have smaller irises, like, I know you can make the character look really evil and creepy if you kind of draw it even sharper with like, kind of like this, you know what I mean? You see that a lot in anime, like tiny pupils. You can really show it, I think, so just go ahead and play around with that style. So let's just this side as well. Now there's also a different style of eyes that I personally really like to draw. I don't really know how to call this style. I would say it's somewhere in between like manga, anime, and realistic. It's not realistic at all, actually, if I think about it. It's just a different style. It's more... Okay, let me just kind of show you. That's already kind of it. I didn't explain that much with these eyes because I already explained most of how eyes work with the female anime eyes. So I don't really have to explain too much about this. It's just kind of to show you guys that you can really just play around with the style and make the characters look really different just by the way you shape the eyes. That's what I meant with what I said at the beginning of the video. Eyes really make or break your character. They really add something to your character. They show the characteristics just with one look at their eyes. And that's why I think drawing eyes is just so important when you just start out with drawing. I even think it might be the most important thing about drawing faces. This. And there you have it already. It's yeah. Maybe I will draw some lines under the eyes to, again, add a little bit more to the realistic style, show that the person actually has eyelids. Just like that. That's already it. Okay, so let me just insert a quick speed paint again to kind of show you guys how I color them and shade them, because I color and shade them in a completely different way than I did with the anime eyes, because of course this is again a very different style, so with a different style comes different color as well, or a different coloring technique, because I'm probably going to color it more smooth than I did with anime eyes. Like here you can see I used very sharp edges or sharp lines, straight lines. With this style, I prefer to do it more like painting. You know what I mean? Kind of a painty style. So I don't really draw it with lines or with outlines, but more lineless. I don't really know how you would call that style, but yeah, I'm just going to show you guys. I'm horrible at explaining. I'm so sorry. Don't judge, please. Okay, so this is what I made of it. This is the finished drawing with the shading and stuff. As you can see, it's still pretty rough. I didn't even do the eyebrows, or usually I would even make it a little bit more detailed, or I would just kind of make the lines, the sketch a bit more neat. But just for the purpose of this short tutorial, I just wanted to do it very quickly to just kind of show you guys how I work. But yeah, in the end, usually I go for this style I just drew right now, the shaded style, because I kind of prefer this style, but it also depends on how much time I have on my hands. If I have less time, I would go for the anime style eyes, because it's just way quicker to draw and shade. And this drawing I made just now, it just took me a lot longer to do, but yeah, it just depends on the drawing as well, I guess. Yeah. There are, of course, like tons of different styles of eyes, and you should really just find out your preferred style and just kind of do whatever you like and just experiment with it. Like I said 100 times, eyes are really something you can experiment with and make them look different, and really show the character through them. So I just kind of hope that this video might have inspired you a bit, or maybe have taught you a few things you didn't know yet. In which case, I'm really glad. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd still like to know about drawing eyes, or if you found it helpful. Let me know as well. I would love to hear your response to this. And again, if you have some other tutorial things, or just things you would like to know about drawing, just ask me, and I would love to answer your questions and help you guys. Really, that's what I love doing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!